Guys, now, okay, I was going to start the review with something else, but I'm going to start it with the indicator, okay? It sounds like it's echoing through the dashboard. It's a strange sound. It doesn't bother me. It's just like a very strange... Indicator sounds very important for car manufacturers, I think. And I think they need to put a lot more thought into it because it can be irritating, okay? Should we do the hoot test? This is for Connor because I keep forgetting to do it, but I'm going to do it. I mean, it does suit the car. I mean, it doesn't make anyone like, you know, get a fright or anything, but certainly suits like a little Fiat 500X, do you know? Okay, which is what I'm in. So what I wanted to start the review with was, I'm not a huge convertible fan, but if you're going to do it, I think like it's got to be fun, which is this 500X, okay? So now it's had an update and then it's got this model. It's the Sport EST, which is extendable soft top. That's what it is. It will take 15 seconds once I figure out what I'm doing to open. You can do it standing still or driving up to 100 k's an hour. So now look, it's not a full-on, oh hey son, convertible obs, but I mean it's the whole roof, I guess, which a number of cars have. Can you call this a convertible? I don't think so, but I mean it does make for a little bit of a fun vibe, and it does feel like you know, I can imagine on a nice day, today's not that day, sort of enjoying it. No, I don't, but that's because of the weather. But if I was driving along the coast, you know, I'd give it a bash, but close. Actually auto, is it? I think it's auto the other way, and I should have just done that. Learn about the car before reviewing it, Jules. Anyways, so it's got a little revised front end and everything. It now doesn't have the Fiat logo in the front. It's got 500, which in essence I suppose is a bit of a brand, right? So people then recognize it. And I can actually attest to that because a number of people have sort of pulled me up and gone, oh, is this the new Fiat 500? It's amazing. It looks like a Mini. No, it's the new Fiat 500, not new, updated 500X. Okay. So one of the big sort of gripes about this car, I think, is the fact that it's actually now a bit old. It's sort of like 9 years and counting. And although it's had an upgrade, it needs a bit more in order to continue to compete. This top of the range is 580,000 Rand. So now you're playing in the territory of like a Mazda CX-30 and a Volkswagen T-Roc or whatever. And if you look at those cars, no, it's not a stop street. It's not a stop street. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And breathe, breathe. Okay, the hooter didn't really work because she didn't even notice it. But to be fair, she didn't even notice that it wasn't a stop street. I'm gonna put a sign there. Anyway, I'm just gonna drive past her now, awkwardly, because you know you do that and I want to go past, but I'm like pretending it wasn't me that hooted you, screaming at you. But anyways, let's go. Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact. We're in the clear. Oh, I just spat on myself. God. Okay, so priced at around 580, same territory as T-Roc, etc. Those are far more modern, way more modern. And if anything, it's this touchscreen in here. Now, I'm not a big touchscreen fan, right? Okay, but I do appreciate a screen that is quite big, you know, and then you can see it and whatever. This is like 7 inches. It's tiny. Ah! Sorry, I started laughing at. I had another image in my head when I said images. Jules, get your head out of there. Get out of the gutter. It's just really tiny. So if you've got your like Android Auto going on or Apple CarPlay, and actually even not, like you need glasses on. And I've got like 20/20 vision, let me tell you. But it's like even if you can make it bigger, it doesn't matter. Then you're going to take like one thing's going to take up the whole screen. It's too small. It needs to be updated. It's just too far gone. It's almost like in this day and age, you just don't see them this tiny anymore. Okay, can't stop. Can't. I've now got the giggles about it. Okay, I would say a thing about the soft top. Okay, I keep thinking that the back windows are open. It has that sound, you know, because it sounds like, I don't know. I hate a sunroof, regardless of if it's like convertible or not. But anyways, it's about the fun, people. It's about the fun. How irritating is that to indicate after a while? Anyways, what I can actually, say positively about this car is a lot of reviews have mentioned that, you know, it's not very practical or whatever. I kind of have to disagree, okay? And I think I can speak, okay, because I have, you know, a son. Change gear. No. Okay. There is actually quite a bit of legroom in the back. So I've got Luca's car seat in again. He's been in here. The front passenger has more than enough legroom. I had the Citroen C5 Aircross last week, which would be considered a bigger car than this. And there was like, it was really not practical for me. I couldn't actually wait to get rid of it for the fact that getting Luca in and out of his car seat was a nightmare. And if he was in his car seat and you couldn't push the front seat right back, you had like no legroom in the front. I've had a very different experience with this. The boot isn't enormous, but it's big enough. So I actually think it really is quite practical if you wanted this as a family car, if you've got, you know, one child or whatever, you can get, okay, you can go. That's a nice thing to do. Sure, no problem. So speaking of the gear a moment ago, this has got a 1.4 litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine. You get 103 kilowatts of power and 230 newton meters of torque, mated to a 6-speed auto, and fuel consumption is claimed at 5.7 litres per 100 Ks. Well, I think it's going to be a lot more than that, maybe. I've been seeing higher readings, unfortunately. The rattling is not the car, by the way. It's Luca's car seat, so I can't, you know, blame the car for that. It's really irritating, though. Bloody car seats. Can't wait for those days to be over. Hey? So yeah, look, I think the consensus is that this is just aged now too much to sort of compete with, you know, the rivals. And I've kind of been saying that about a number of cars lately, I've noticed. You know, if you're going into like 8, 9, 10 years of a model, you might want to consider the fact that when you were conceptualizing this car, maybe some of the competitors hadn't, you know, been made yet or whatever. Or they, yeah. You know, so like it just needs a little bit more of a oomph up its bum. I feel like a Kardashian. Okay, not in this car, but in, you know, with these on. Very nippy, guys. It's very nippy. I do love how it drives around town and everything. And it's got all kinds of nice touch materials, except for this, like that Alcantara thing, the suede that gives me the thrills, but other people love. But other than that, you know, quirky and fun. Sums it up.